What's your name and where are you from?
My artist name is Mundz. My real name is Isaac. I was born in Painesville, Ohio, and now I've kind of lived like all over Northeast Ohio, all the way from like Euclid to Ashtabula. So kind of been around everywhere. I was born in 2002, 23 years old, and be making music.
And in your eyes, what kind of music do you make?
I guess like I can never really put a word on what kind of music I made, but what I've been getting a lot of feedback on recently is they call my music nostalgic because I guess a few of my top songs, like the way the melodies are, it kind of brings like an old school feel, but it's like a new school like spin of it.
And do you feel that's like a intentional thing or it just kind of happens?
I guess you can kind of say it's intentional because growing up, I hung out with my uncle a lot, and like he played a lot of like Jeezy, like the early 2000s Drake, like Gucci Mane, stuff like that. So I guess that is kind of like a reason why I like find myself like picking those kinds of like sounds when I'm making my songs.
hmm And then is he kind of what got you into making music, or is there more
Um,
to it?
no, it was actually my mom who got me into it. From like the earliest I can remember, she got me a microphone and a little kid's guitar and like keyboard, and I would just play in the kitchen while she cooked and did whatever. And then once I got older, I got a drum set, and then they started putting me through drum lessons. And actually, believe it or not, I was in the band in high school. So
Were you in percussion in bands?
yeah, I was what's that called, bass drum for 4 years.
Oh, so you did marching band too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I fuck with that. Yeah. And was that always like a big inspiration with you, like marching band music,
Um,
kind of that
to
style of
be
drumming?
honest, I hated it because most of the like the stereotypes about like the band kids, like they're all,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like no like disrespect to them or anything, but it's like that wasn't really like the type of kids I associated with. It was
hmm
more so I hung out with like a lot of kids that played sports and like did other things. But it was like more so my mom that like kept me in music, so that's like the reason why I was like a part of that stuff.
Yeah, kind of keeping that going and like it. Although it wasn't you, you were still a part of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about you were growing up all around Northeast Ohio. Do you think that had like an influence on how you are as a person and your music, or one or the other?
Um, I wouldn't say like it has or maybe it does, but I do like to get out and travel a lot, even if it's just like locally, like just leave the house, go somewhere random. So I don't know if that does have to play in as like me being a little kid, like always having to move around and like be in different homes and whatnot. So
It's kind of interesting to hear like different perspectives on different cities or how a certain place growing up affected you differently. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Who were your biggest inspirations growing up?
probably like my mom and dad, more so my mom to for like the like caring side and like showing what love is, and then my dad more so the just put your mind to it and just get it done, like quit complaining and like more like hard work kind of stuff. So it's like it kept a good balance in my life, and I feel like those are two good things that like I picked up from them that I use in my daily life.
That good work ethic, good values and shit like that. Yeah, I fuck with that, and that's very admirable to hear. You know, from anyone to the next is getting shit done, making sure you're on your right path. Was music always kind of like a life path for you, or was there kind of a different intention?
I always like, even before like when I was just in like band and I never like started producing yet or making my own songs, I always, even though like I didn't like being involved with those people, I like being involved with music, and I really never really had like a chosen career path. Like I wanted to be a mechanic or like an astronaut or something. Like I never, like I could like probably like elementary school is like the earliest I can remember. Like the teachers would ask, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I never had an answer. And then I think just as I got older, like the more and more I thought about it, I was like, I think maybe music is my path. And so I really started to just like dial in on that and create where like I've been today.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Just like learning, growing, figuring out what you want originally. You know, getting kind of working towards something that you may not even realize. Like, oh, this can be the end goal, or this could be like the starting point of my life, something like
Yeah.
that. When you're creating music, does it just come to you, or is it uh, Is there kind of like a set thing? You have an idea, or you sit down, you brainstorm? How does that
Um,
usually start?
Really, it depends like how I'm feeling that day, and that like kind of influences like what kind of sounds or like what kind of style I want to go with. So it's like that's why it's kind of hard for me to like really put a distinct genre on my music because I feel like my mood changes on a daily, if not hourly. So it's like the music I feel like differs every time I try and create something. Yeah, it just I'm not really like searching to make something, more so just like comes to me like how I'm feeling in the moment.
Yeah. And then in the studio too, how does a session usually look for you?
Depending on how many people are in here, sometimes it can get pretty chaotic. Just because like there's a lot of producers at sometimes like trying to lock in all at once, like to like work on a beat. So like sometimes it's like takes like too long to make the beat, and then like it doesn't come out as good as you'd wanted it. But or there could be sometimes where it's just me in here, and I'll be in here like 8 hours by myself or something like that, and then it could be a variety of different songs. I can come into the studio, make something like more vibrant and like upscale, and then I could see some text on my phone that completely changes my mood, and then like the rest of the night it's like a whole different like array of songs and like feelings.
Yeah, and like especially different people being here bringing different vibes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that has and that's something that I feel like I like have learned to get more comfortable with, is like still being me in the studio when like new people are around, because I used to like looking back like at certain songs I made, like I realized like, oh, I just made that song because like they were in here and I was like trying to make some hard shit, but like that's not me. Like that's not the kind of music I make. So I've been really learning to just be myself and express what I want to do, even if like people that like I'm not so comfortable with are around.
Yeah, staying true to that art. And you were talking about, there could be a lot of people trying to lock in at the same time, trying to do their own thing, do their own music. How do you typically like get focused and like lock in and get your song done or whatever you may be working on that day?
It's to me it's like pretty easy just because I love music so much that even sometimes when I'm not even the one recording, like I'll be super locked in just because I like hearing the sounds, and I like just being a part of music. So I wouldn't really say like there's too much of like a like ritual or nothing. I kind of just come in here and just get to it.
Just engage the vibe, everything, and get to work. I like that. And, in your eyes, what do you think sets you apart from any other artist around here?
I feel like what would set me different is I feel like I'm trying to bring like true like genuineness, like if that's a word you could say.
Just being real.
Yeah, just like being real with everyone, kind of like just expressing how like life really is and things like that, and just being like true with everyone, being straight up, and kind of just trying to be just show love for everyone. And I feel like a lot of people these days like they want to be friends with you, but at the end of the day they want to just get one up on you. They just want you to be their fan and that's it. But I feel like me and like KHR as a whole, as like the people that we come across, like we want you to be around, we want you to be on stage, we want you to like we'll pop out for your events, and like I feel like that's what sets me, and I feel like the rest of KHR part as well, is that like we're trying to bring a true like genuine family feel to this, and I feel like that's what makes it different.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to look at it too. Is really just staying true to yourselves. Although it is a creative collective, although you guys all work together, and some people may sound the same, or some people may very much stand out in the way that they make their music. Like you're all coming together and working tight together, and getting to that same like air quote end goal of just creating, just doing art. If you could take a second and like kind of get into how you got introduced with KHR, how all that started, your role in it.
So I think it was during Corona. Uh, this kid I went to school with used to, I think, what was it? He bought studio time, I think, off a chance in here, and he had bought a couple hours, and he said, and at the time I really wasn't even making music. I kind of like stopped because I was working hella during Corona, just putting up a bunch of money and whatnot. So I kind of forgot about music, and the kid invited me to the studio session, and then I think we came here, made like 2 or 3 songs, and then I it's kind of just like law of attraction. Like after that, me and Chance kind of just started texting each other on our own, like, "Hey, when are you trying to get in the studio?" Like fuck the other guy. Like not like hating on him, but it's just like I think we like saw like met each other that first time and we're both like, whoa, like
There was something there.
yeah, and like since there, like it's just taken off, and we've met people along the way. Some people have left along the way, and but that's ties back into like the what we're trying to bring, like the family feeling. And sometimes people don't get down with that, and that's like completely okay because there's so many other people in the world you can reach. So it's like we're not really trying to do anything to like be cool, be flashy, or nothing like that. It's more so just trying to find who is down to rock out with us, and so far we've been doing a pretty damn good job at it.
Yeah, yeah, I'd definitely say so. From like an outside perspective, seeing everything, I like the family standpoint to it. Chance was saying a lot of stuff about if you don't have haters, doing it right. That weeds out the people that you can't trust. You can learn from them, and they can boost you up in their own way.
Oh yeah, of
But
course.
having those people around you who you could trust, who are tight with you, who you have, you know, that connection with is very big for sure. What are some of the like biggest challenges you have faced so far, either in life or in music?
Um, I'd say for life and in music, it's mainly the same thing, and I think it's I think I just gotta learn to be okay with myself. I feel like a lot of music that I make doesn't get released because it's more so that like I feel like it's not good, even though I could play it to someone and that's like the best shit they've ever heard. But it's more like it's just like more so like my inner thoughts get the best of me a lot of times, and I kind of have to like let go of that and push through that and do better for myself.
Yeah, really, really breaking down that mental barrier is a
Yeah.
big thing too. With the projects you have done, what do you say is like your favorite or least favorite so far?
I think my favorite song to date is "Remind Me," and it was right before I think I made it like a few weeks before we took a big trip out to Los Angeles this year. And before I had made the song, I really wasn't sure like what direction. Like I kind of knew what kind of like sound and like style I wanted to go for, but I really wasn't like finding it. And it was just some random night. I think it was probably like the second or third beat that Safe cooked up for me. I ended up recording it, and then it kind of just sat in the notes app for like a couple more days, and then I finally realized like, oh, I need a song to shoot in Los Angeles, and then we ended up somehow, I forget who said it, but someone, it wasn't my idea, but someone was like, you should just shoot "Remind Me," and then they kind of explained like, imagine this for the video and blah blah blah, and then so I went with it, and then just uh the whole like process of getting the video done and everything that happened while we were out in Los Angeles. Like me personally, I've always wanted a music video where it's kind of like on the go style, where it's like outfit changes, like there's different sceneries, and it kind of just looks like a recap of what you've been doing the past couple of days. And
B-roll style a little
yeah,
bit.
and like last second, I was able to get all of that into one video, and I got a lot of really good feedback on that song. Like that song plus the video created like a really good like vibe and visual, and so like I feel like that's like a personal favorite.
Yeah, I fuck with that, and especially the B-roll thing. I especially like a lot of talk to anyone in control. That's a lot of stuff that we do, and that's a very like interesting style as well, especially from an outside perspective. A lot of people, saying with this, they want to kind of get a look into, like who is this person? What do they do? Why are they making the things that they make?
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to work on recently about like styling my like future music videos, is to be more like vlog style, like on the go. Cause me and Chance, actually, a funny story. We one of our trips, what was it, like 2 years ago now or something like that? We were looking for a place to shoot a music video, and our filmer out there was like, "Oh, look on Peerspace." Never heard of Peerspace before. We looked on it. We're scrolling through it, and then like we're starting to realize like some of these famous people's music videos, they were booking out like mansions and whatnot for only like $50 an hour. And she's
Damn.
like, yeah. And then so the next time we went out there, we did the same exact thing. I think we ended up getting a mansion that like K Suave, Wiz Khalifa, Jay's, they shot porn in the mansion before, like, and it just kind of opened our eyes to that. Even the like people that we looked up to, they're not even like spending that much money to like create the image, and so it was, I don't know, it's kind of just like an eye opener.
Possibilities for everyone,
Yeah.
across the entire range of the spectrum. It's a good thing. And you've been bringing up these trips that y'all go on. What do those usually look like, and how do they come about?
First, we just select like when the best time for the people we want to see out there, and like for us back home, like when it makes sense to go out there, and then really it's just how much can we jam into the week that we're out there, however many days, whatnot. And mainly we'll try and normally like the first rule of business is get visuals, obviously, because you're not going to get those back home. And then studio sessions, and then the more and more that we go, we're realizing that like networking events, and even just like going to people's like houses that are out there. Like the one night we were at our buddy Nick's house, and it was like 3, 4 in the morning, and there was people that were like kicking it with like backstage with Cardi at Rolling Loud that were just popping up in the house like saying what's up. It was just the most randomest shit. But then, like we realized like that's what we have to do while we're out there. Like we can't just go out there, shoot a video, and go to sleep because of, oh, we're in Los Angeles. Like we got to be out there working. We might not get to see like the little touristy shit, but is that what we're even there for to begin with anyways? And like that's kind of what goes into the planning of going out on these trips.
Yeah, just like getting connections. Is there a favorite spot that y'all been to, or a favorite state, city, maybe?
I don't know about a favorite for everyone, but I know for me personally, it's Los Angeles, just because even before the music and all that, my like hanging out with my uncle a lot. He was a big Lakers fan,
Mm-hmm.
so like I've always known about like Los Angeles and shit like that. And actually, on one of the trips, we got to go to a Lakers game. LeBron had like 50 points. I think is it Caldwell Pope and like Kuzma. They were on the Wizards, but that was like their first time back in town. So like they had their like ceremony for them,
Mm-hmm.
and gave them their rings from the finals they won like with the Lakers last year. Um, I know Chance told the story about he actually had a mishap at the Lakers game too. He forgot his inhaler at the B&B,
Ooh.
and our seats were like he had to walk up a bunch of steps, and I think it was like halfway through the second quarter. He's like, I'm about to go down to the medical staff. I was like, you want me to come with you? And then I went down there with him, and that's like a whole nother story what happened in there. But then I got sent back to to my seats because they like took him somewhere, and then he comes back like halfway through the fourth quarter, and it was like a movie. Like he doesn't say hi to like Chance or our one dude that came with us, and he just like comes walking in like no words, sits down next to me, and then he's like, "Dude, you'll never believe it." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "The fire department and ambulance came for me. They took me outside on the stretcher." And he was talking about he was so high, he was going through like the hallways where the fans are,
Mm-hmm.
and he said some dude was staring at him, and he gave him like the thumbs up, like that the players be doing when they get hurt on the field.
Yeah,
They're like getting carted off, and they're like this to the crowd, like he was doing that shit to people while they're looking at him.
Who would be kind of your dream artist to collaborate with?
Probably Tyler the Creator for because I was like the first artist that I guess I could say like I idolized back in like middle school, and it was more so because I don't know if you're familiar, like how he was getting like banned, like he got banned from a country back in the day, like because of his
UK and the
lyrics.
Netherlands, I think it was.
Yeah, and like he was just real, like didn't care what he said, and I don't know, something about that. Maybe just because I was like a little dickhead when I was little or something, but like that like drew to me a lot. So like I took a lot of inspiration from him.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same boat with you too. I think Odd Future as a whole, and Tyler especially,
Yeah,
was big for me too growing up. So I like to hear that your perspective on it, like why he's.
and it's funny enough, I've only ever been to, I mean, besides my own concerts that I performed at and whatnot, I've only ever been to like two, I guess you could say like big people concerts, and it's only been two Tyler concerts.
Oh really? What albums were that?
Um, Call Me If You Get Lost, I saw in Columbus, and then just a couple months ago, I saw him in Cleveland for the Chromacopia.
Oh shit! So was that you said a few months ago?
I think it was in June.
Okay, I was gonna say, because he's been doing he's been mixing in the Don't Tap the Glass stuff recently too.
Oh
On top of
yeah,
that, I don't think he's doing like his own set tour for that one, so
yeah.
he's
No,
just mixing it in.
I think when I went, I don't think it was. I think it like literally dropped like a couple weeks after I went and saw him. But I think why I'd want to work with him is like I don't know if you ever been to his shows, but like it's not just a jump on stage and like rap. It's like almost acted out as like if it's like a play or something. Like he comes out in
Yeah,
a costume, the way the set like looks and all that shit. Like just at the last Chromacopia one, what I really liked, and I don't know how I would pull it off at like the level I'm at now, but it's just the fact that like it inspired me to do this and like I know it'll push me to do like better things for myself was his set stage was like in the it was like the main stage and there was like a catwalk that took him over the mosh pit and it dropped him into this like little square stage and it was like decorated like a house and it had a record player in the middle.
yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen clips of that.
and he was like grabbing his old like albums and shit like out the records and like putting it on the thing, playing a couple of old songs and I thought that was like a really cool like way to engage with fans and shit like that. And I kind of took that in like I made like how could I do that in my shows and whatnot.
Yeah, he is very performative. I remember, I think it was at Grammys. He did like "Boy Is a Gun" or something like that, something off of Igor, and it was like the biggest, loudest like Grammy show for years. And I think he definitely really pulls off that performative aspect to it really
Yeah.
well. I mean, do you hope to like do anything like that? Kind of like crazy performance and a different kind of visual art on top of the music on stage, or do you kind of hope to keep it
Um,
simple?
I feel like it would take time to do something like that, but I would definitely want to do like a show like how he would put on a show. And I don't even know if Chance knows this, but we have a project that we dropped. It's called Don't Mind Me Too, and like the kind like the way we kind of like the first song. I don't know how to explain the first song. I don't even think it's a song. It's more so like dialogue. It's like people talking and shit like that. But I kind of got like inspired to do something like that like through Tyler. So it's like I've already tried to like express like similar things like that.
Yeah, if you did do anything like that, I think grand scheme right now, what do you think it would like really look like on stage?
Um,
Big like pyro guy, maybe do kind of more of like a decorated thing or
what I've been really liking recently is like light shows like the raves
oh
and
yeah, yeah,
whatnot
yeah.
and like with the smoke and shit like that. I would try and that's pretty obtainable to do now. So like that's something like I really want to do for like the next show or something. Have like smoke and like lights going, like lasers going through
Yeah,
the smoke
lasers
and
and shit.
shit.
That'd be sick as hell. Do you have like a maybe a top three list of like biggest albums or biggest artists throughout your life?
Obviously Tyler. Um, I'd have to say Juice World because on some real shit, when I first got into music, I was only just producing on FL Studio, and I'm pretty sure anyone that's ever produced, they used to watch Nick Mira YouTube videos, like how to make a chord progression or shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the intro songs to one of his videos was "All Girls Are the Same," but it was only on SoundCloud at the time, and I'm pretty sure like the cover was like a picture of Ben and Jerry, or not Tom and Jerry, not Ben and Jerry, but it was like before the song blew up and before like it was on that Goodbye album, and I was like, damn, this song's like super catchy, and so I like looked up who it was, found it on SoundCloud, and then I started following him, and then he dropped that Goodbye Good Riddance album, and then like shit just took off, and then that kind of I was like, damn, like I kind of want to try vocals, and then so like yeah, he kind of inspired the music. I wouldn't really know if I had a third, but I know like those two for sure like inspired me a lot to like get where I am today.
Big pivotal rules, yeah. And then closing couple of questions. If you can tell a story that you found to enjoy so far with music in your career.
I'd probably say I have like two top moments. One of them was when one of like I think it was like my second trip out to Los Angeles. I brought my friends Mike and Gideon, and it was like it was more so like a sentimental moment for the music because when I first started like making my own songs, me and Gideon used to joke around at his dad's house like, bro, one day we're gonna be in LA doing this shit, and it's like I'm nowhere near famous yet and none of that shit, but it's like just the fact that like I said that and like I'm doing it. It was kind of like a bit like a huge like eye opener, like damn, can't speak, but like it was like an eye opener that like I can really achieve this shit if I like put my mind to it. And I'd say the other moment was almost a year ago. I had an unreleased song and I played it at my show, and like halfway through the song, I don't know how they knew it, but like they knew the lyrics to it, and
Mm-hmm.
then like because of that I dropped the song, and that was kind of like a like super cool moment that like people were that engaged with my music that it wasn't even out yet here they are screaming that shit at a show. So those are probably like two of my top favorite moments so far, like through music.
Yeah, and that must be like a crazy fucking feeling just to have.
Hell yeah. I remember when it got back to the hook, because the hook says I spend money goddamn, and just like the whole building was screaming it, and like I just looked at Chance and like we were just looking at each other like holy shit, like what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's a crazy moment. I mean, to have some, especially unreleased too, to have people just like know that by heart and really vibe with it and really bring
I'm
the
pretty sure
energy.
like I dropped my set list on SoundCloud for maybe like 2 hours before the show started. So like they would have had
Damn.
2 hours to like, but they would have had to play the whole set list because it was like halfway through. So it's just like somehow, some way, like that shit stuck to them if they did listen to it or not.
Yeah, that's a big one. Especially 2 hours is crazy. Obviously things are just at a start. Everyone's still getting their way down. But what do you feel is your purpose with this and with music?
I'd say I'm not really too focused on like being like the next Cardi or like someone big like that. I really just want to have like a solid fan base that can like I can relate with, and almost they're not like a fan to me. Like I could talk to them on a daily basis and like really just like show emotion through music, because I like a music to me plays like a big role in like my emotions. Like if I want to feel good, I'm gonna play a certain type of music. Like if I'm sad, I'm gonna play this, and like that's what I try and show through my music. So if I can get people to connect on that, whether that's only 5,000 people or 5 million people, like whatever number it is, like as long as I can get people to hear and feel what I have to say, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. From an outside perspective, an artist like really tapping into the emotional side of that too, because I can relate to that personally. Is you know probably having a shitty day, probably gonna listen to a little downer music. Want to have a good day, listen to some upper music, and really you know let that not control your mood and your vibe, but be a catalyst to what you want and to really like tap into who you are personally.
Yeah.
Um, let's say maybe 5 years down the line, where would you like to be with your career?
Realistic, whether like I said, like if it's like millions or just like a minimum wage paying job or some shit like that, I really want to see myself like 5 years from now actually having like somewhat of a living off of this. Like
Mm-hmm.
whether that's through, even if the music's not paying, but I'm getting a lot of clients in for studio sessions or things like that. I just want to be somewhere making a living off this music, whether because I can't really put a name on like 5 years from now I'll still be making music, or if I'm just like a cameraman for somebody, but I definitely still see myself being involved in music, like making a living off of it.
Yeah, and I think that's a very like a healthy and like you said, to be realistic with it, way to look at it. Just to, you know, it doesn't have to be millions of dollars, millions of fans, whatever. As long as you are given the opportunity to create, you continue to do that. No, making ends meet, however necessary. As long as you get to create, as long as you get to share, and learn as a person through music, I think that's a very good way to think about that. Yeah. So now's your time to kind of give your final remarks, promo anything if you have anything out or any projects that you just want to bring some more light to. Go right ahead.
Like I said, my name's Mundz, Mundz. I just dropped a song called Vice. It's got 2 features on it. I self-produced it. And yeah, I go check it out. And I got more music on the way, more visuals, and hopefully you guys just stay tapped in and be a part of my journey.